back to Cornerstone Crafts. I hope everyone had a nice weekend celebrating Memorial Day and remembering those that served for our country. Today's video is going to be about refinishing projects that I've had in the works for quite a while, and I'm so close to being done with them. I don't know why. I don't know. Have you ever done that? Get a project almost done and then you just stop working on it? Well, I need to pull some of those out and get those done. But first, I thought I would share a couple things that I want to use in what I'm going to be making coming up in future videos, and thought I would like to share with y'all. You can just cut that part out.
Let's keep going.
First, and since I don't have a box cutter, I'm going to use my seam ripper. Everybody uses their seam ripper, right? I have scissors, but I don't like to use my scissors on paper. This is something I've been wanting to get, and finally I found it for a pretty good deal on Amazon, and I had some extra allowance, I say, saved it up, and I bought a rotating, I'm sorry about the glare, a rotating cutting mat. Never used one before, but I thought the idea of having a revolving cutting mat would eliminate having to move your pieces while you're trying to cut them out with templates and what have you. And that is where a lot of people, if I can get this open, make a lot of mistakes, is their pattern pieces shift and they make mistakes. Why do I know this? Because I've done it plenty of time. But anyway, if I can get it out of the bag, it might be a good thing. So, oh my goodness, this might be more of a challenge than crafting. Mercy. Anyway, this one is the 17 by 17, and what I thought is had like a lock on the back. I guess that removes. I hope it does, because I just took it off. But see, you put your, say, this is going to be in a future project, something I'm going to use this. And you have your, of course you have to have it all on the mat. But if you have a ruler, use your imagination. This is a ruler. You cut, and instead of having to move the whole thing, you just move your mat to get at a better angle to cut. Anyway, I'll show how that's going to be used in the near future. And then I got some extra sticky dots that I like to put on the back of my rulers so that you know, your ruler won't slide. And then another thing I got, I already opened it because I was curious. I needed a new rotary cutter. And I'd seen this one, and as you know, they're all kind of expensive. And now Hobby Lobby no longer has their 40% off. So you pretty much can't use that, and you don't use that anymore, and you have to pay full price. And even at full price, regular cutters are quite expensive. So I invested a little bit more in this one by Creative Grids, which I love their products. I love their templates, rulers. I love how they have the slip strips on the bottom so they won't slide around. And it's just a good product. So I thought I would try the Rotary Cutter. And I'm amazed. This thing is so heavy. I bet it weighs twice as much as a, oh, say like a Fisker's Rotary Cutter. I mean, it's at least twice as much. It's all metal, which I was impressed by that. I like that. It's heavy, and I'm thinking that when you go to use it, that the weight of this will keep you from having to put as much pressure to cut your fabric. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. And it's like on most rotary cutters, you can use this for left-handed or right-handed. This one, you don't have to move the blade from one side to the other. You move this here, and it moves the blade from one side to the other. Now this thing here is not too bad. If you have a lot of trouble with your hands, you may not like it. It's a little tough. See, like it wants to get, it's just kind of hard to move it back and forth, but it's not too bad. I suppose maybe after I use it some, it'll loosen up. And also another feature I liked about it is how you change the blade. It's just really easy. You just take this, I forget how to do it now. Push down and push on that, and the blade didn't come out. It's stuck. Not stuck, but it, yeah, there. It's got a little oil on it. You put it back, which is easy. Push it back in, and voila. And then it got this case. You get the case with it, which I thought was pretty cool. And I'm gonna do, what I want to do is put, like if you go to retreats or I don't know, somebody's house to stitch, you can put your seam ripper in there. You can put your little ruler. You can put a pair of scissors. I got a little marker I like to use when I'm cutting fabric. Sometimes I need to mark the fabric. And I suppose, and you could, if you had blades, you could put blades in there, extra blades. And it all fits together. I thought that was pretty neat. And then you don't have to worry about the blades or scissors or what have you poking your bag or poking your fabric or poking anything in what you're carrying. And the last thing, excuse me, last thing I got the Creative Grids Bowl Cozy template, and I've done, and the Bowl Cozy's been around for quite a while. And you can make them, and you really don't need a template. But I don't want to have to think about marking this, marking that. And I just love this. When I saw a video of it the other day on YouTube, and I thought, you know, I want that. And it's just, it'll just make it easier. I don't have to think as much about doing my projects, and I don't have to worry about hopefully not messing up. And anyway, it's about time for me to start thinking about making Christmas gifts. So this is what I'm thinking about, making some of these. And probably my next video will be me using this. So anyway, let me get to, I guess I should mention, with all their, most of their templates, they have this little, I forget what this scan code thing is. You can scan it on your phone and it'll take you to their website showing you how to use almost all of their templates. And if you can tell in the picture, I'm not sure if it shows up, these little dots are all slip points. It'll keep you from your fabric from slipping, or the ruler from slipping on the fabric. And then it also goes all the way around the edge. But anyway, my next video I'll be showing this. I'm going to be making some of these. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. So now let's get on to finishing Annie. Okay, I'm getting ready to do my Annie doll like I had mentioned. And I'll show you in just a second. But she needs like slouchy socks around the ankles. And I looked and looked for red socks. I couldn't find any. So my daughter actually thought of using a red t-shirt and making a slouchy sock. So that's what I'm doing. I think I paid $3 for this at Wally World. And it's just real simple. You don't. It's just a slouchy sock, so you don't have to be like perfect with it. And you know, sometimes irregular, just perfection is good, but it's also, it's more natural. Life isn't perfect, and so by far is my life perfect. But you know, I just thought this was a good idea that she came up with, and I was really actually getting tired of looking for red socks.
Perfection's overrated.
Yeah. And I'm stitching on my featherweight, which I love. Alright, let me turn this out and I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Annie. I've been a collector of Raggedy Ann dolls for many, many years. And I saw this one on a pattern. I don't remember the name of the pattern. I think it's still out there available. There's a female, the girl version, and there's Andy version. And one day I might do the Andy, I'm not sure. But I probably made her at least 5+ years ago. And I have everything done except for pretty much doing her hair and dressing her. And I believe you can still get the pattern from the Pattern Hutch. And they're located in Tennessee, but she has a website. And she has all kinds of doll patterns and what have you. But anyway, here's the tube I made it out of the t-shirt material, and I'm going to use that for the slouchy socks. And let me put it on this other foot over here. I already got one on. And I think this is going to look cute, and this will work. Whoops, she fell down, but that's alright. We'll let her rest. Do you make dolls? I've made dolls for a long time. I give them as gifts. Mostly I give them to my daughters. But how'd you start crafting? Years ago for me, money was tight. So if I wanted something, I either made it or saved up forever, or you know, I just couldn't afford to go out and buy stuff. So if I wanted something, I had to save up for it or make it. And so that started my love for making. And these shoes are not going to be fun to put on. They're going to be like Cinderella trying to find the right. Oh, that's not too bad. I have to say, I know that they were hard to put on because I put one on a little bit ago. And my daughter lovingly points out to me I put the left foot on the right foot. So, that, you know, that's my life.
That's what daughters are for.
So I thought, well, maybe I should fix it right, because that would have bugged me. And not the best bow tire, but anyway. I think this is going to work. Bring this down the back. Scrunch that down. Yeah, it looks pretty cute.
I think it's cute.
Alright. One foot down and a foot to go. And I tell you what, finding shoes are hard to find too. These are not what originally the pattern calls for. Originally, the pattern called for, you know, like hiking boots, which I wanted to find. I just couldn't find them in that would fit, you know, or was too big or didn't look bad. And I think they would have been really cute. Because she has a cute little dress and then the boots, but I think these sneakers will look good. There. That's cute. I think I paid like $3 for the shoes. Something like that. Not a lot of money. I think part of the fun is coming up with creative ideas to fix things, not always just buying something pre-made. I guess that's why I just love crafting so much. You know, just as a, I don't know. It brings me joy. Alright, now we're going to do the hair. I'm using yarn, kind of a red yarn. It's real hard to find reds that match. They have so many different shades, what have you. But like I said, I've had this for a while, and I use a lot of craft, like rug yarn, and this is Sensations. I've had it so long, I don't even know if they sell it anymore. But Lydia used to have a rug yarn too I like to use. Just look at, like, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, see what they have. So first what we're going to do is, she has about 5 deals of hair sticking up. I'm going to put one in the center, one a little bit right here, and then I think I'm going to put one right here at the corner and see if that's enough. So what you need to do, and you got to be careful, kind of wiggle or use a big yarn or a big needle, big yarn. Poke it through. Gently pull it through. Yes, it'll go through eventually. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. First hole is always the hardest. And then just get an idea. I think I'm going to have these about 4 or 5 inches long. So we pull the yarn long enough because I need to braid it. And let me cut it. And then hopefully it'll let me put in another one. Usually the first hole's the hardest one. I always use too big a deal of yarn. I hate getting more out. You need 3 to braid. What's best is if you can get it where it doesn't have any of the polyfill coming up. This is, like I said, the touchy part. She might just have one hair. Okay, come on, come on. Maybe run your needle back and forth if you have issues. Sometimes that polyfill makes it hard to pull through. Let me get back out. Try it again. There we go. You can kind of fix that. Now, I'm not sure what to do, how I want to do this. I have, like, basically you have 3 on each side, but my thinking is if I take one from the middle on each side and put it on the other side, like that, and then braid them. I gotta think how to braid. Am I braiding backwards? Yeah. Something's not right. Hold on. Let me think about it. There we go. I was thinking if I did that, it would help the hair to stay up taller. I don't know. We'll see. I suppose you could also put starch on it. Another thing I was wondering is, I'm not sure that I like the nose being open and the mouth. I'm thinking about filling those in. What do you think? I think it would make for a more interesting face. I think that's tall enough. And I'm going to take and twist these around like so. And pull it down. That's one hair. And then make all of them pretty much about the same length. Like, I haven't braided hair in years. It's amazing I remembered. I can remember putting braids in my daughter's hair. I was very minimal. They wanted always the fancy braids, and that was not something I could do. Okay, bring that around, tie a knot. Did I get all three of them? Nope. Where is she? Where is she? I talk to my dolls. You talk to your dolls? Oh well, I talk to a lot of things more than just dolls. I haven't lost it yet. They haven't answered back yet either. So, about the same. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's pretty cute. I got a few little fuzzy wuzzies I gotta take care of. That's cute. All right, let me do the rest, and I'll be right back. Just wanted to show what I meant. You see how you put the yarn through, and you have 3 on each side. Well, I took one from one side and one from this side to put to the other side, and now I'm gonna braid them. And I think this is going to work really good, that when I braid it, it'll help the hair to stand up more. Boy, I'm not the best braider. I'm definitely not very fast. Okay. Almost done. I think this is going to look really cute. This is at the moment when you get all the hair, especially through the fabric, when you say, "Thank you, Jesus." And let me tell you what I mean by that. I have done $1 or $2 with yarn hair to get it all done, go to put the hair on, and for whatever reason, I pulled too tight or something, needle got stuck, pulled too much, and I tore the fabric and ruined it all. Let me say, that's heartbreaking. So, I learned the hard way. And I said, thank you each time I get done. Oh, I think she's going to be cute.
She's cute.
And so that kind of helps the hair to hold up. All right, let's get her dressed. I need to get her dressed out. All right, here's her pantaloons I made. I use muslin on them too mostly. I put elastic in the waist. When I make dolls, a lot of the rag dolls, they have like unsewn edges and stuff like that, and I do that, but for the most part, I like to, I don't know, I like to finish things off, make it look like it's finished, you know, and I have that little iron, it works pretty nice, and I always put a little starch in it. I've just started using this Best Press. One, it smells good, and it seems to be really nice. But it's a crime. I had this doll done for so much of it done years ago. And I think I really got stalled down by the socks. I let it become too much of an issue. All right. Here's her dress, which I think is adorable. I love this print. She's got it really wrinkled. Just a light spray. I like to spray my fabric, gives it a little body, and then I like to do it all at once, kind of. It lets it absorb in a little bit. I don't know if it helps better or not, but that's what works for me. And don't you like ironing? I don't iron, but I'll iron for my dolls. Otherwise, everybody else can iron their own stuff. I know, I mean. But I've done my share of ironing in the past. This is really cute fabric. I have no idea where I got this. I'm sure I got it at a quilt store here or there, yonder. Not sure. I used to have a Rowenta iron, and I loved it, and I just, it broke, sadly. And, oops, I knocked the collar. I'd like to get a new big iron. I've seen some they've been using, and I looked them up, and mercy, they are expensive. I saw one iron, it was almost $400. What iron do you use? I've seen Lori Holt, she has the antique ones. I don't know about that. I suppose they're good. I tell my daughters, and I've said this several times, probably one of the best tools you can have for sewing besides your machine and other things here and there is an iron. An iron can be your best friend. It can take out all your wrinkles. It can help you fix sometimes mistakes you've made, and I find that useful. I make my share of mistakes by far, but it can just, a person, you have to iron your fabric. And I tell you, if you iron your fabric, especially before you start cutting it out, you'll have a lot less mishaps. Don't shortcut that. It's very important. All right, let me finish ironing this, and I'll be right back. This is the exciting part. We're almost ready, and my favorite part is dressing the girls, or dressing her. I think I'm gonna call her Abigail Annie. Get this out of the way. All right, let's get her dressed. Boy, I tell you, she's all legs. I almost put lace at the bottom of these, but I didn't. When I do a pattern, I try to make little changes. Not really changes, but I like to make it my own, you know? You know, you want to see your touches on what you make. Nope. What's that? Ah, there she goes. I'm gonna ask my daughter to help me for a second. Can you hold her just a little bit? The opening is to the back, and over it goes. Okay, stop. Put the dress on. Sometimes you have to do a little persuasion to get these on. Not too bad though. There she goes. One down. One to go. I'm excited to get her done. And then I can always move on to something new, right? Believe me, I got other projects not done. I haven't finished. I need to finish. Do you have craft projects you haven't finished? I hope you think I'm not the only one. Oops. And just for video purposes, I'm just gonna, okay. For video purpose, I'll finish her off camera. You know what it looks like to finish one, I'm sure, or can visualize it. I'm just gonna use some pins. I'll sew all this closed. You look pretty. And I just pulled the thing out. Anyway, you gotta try to even that. I will when I stitch it. Put her collar on. It kind of just meets. And then I have a strip of fabric. I'm gonna make a simple bow. I'll make a bow on this side and this side, bring them across and like tie them. Hold on, I don't like that. Then I did again. This is about the 5th try. Okay, see how I have both bows, but why is that on that side? I want that on that side. Maybe I can't have it on that side. Yeah. And see how this is the wrong side fabric sticking out? I'd rather have the right side fabric sticking out. So I'll flip it over and then pull. And you got a bow. I'm not a perfect bow maker. I usually have someone hold their fingers and I make it. And then you just kind of play with it till you get it the way you like it. Sorry if I keep going out of frame. And then hold it up to her. I'd say that was about right. And I have another pin. I'm just going to pin it. That pin won't be there. I'll stitch it on. And then these, I don't know, whatever you think's the right length. Cut them off. I guess that one's a little bit longer. That's okay though. You can always cut off, but you can't, or don't, whatever. What is it they say? You can take off so much, but you can't put it back.
Yeah.
Let me cut off a little bit more. There. And that's my Abigail Annie. And she's falling over. Fix her. I'm gonna sit her on the edge of the table. Get a picture of her. Oh, I think she's cute. I'm glad I finished her. Well, she's 99% finished. I just gotta do some little hand stitching. What do you think of her? You think I should fill in the nose and the mouth or just leave it as is? Kind of help straighten her feet. I hope you enjoyed watching me finish her Abigail, and I just had a lot of fun finishing her up, and I'm glad my daughter came up with the idea to make the slouchy socks out of a t-shirt. I think that worked out really good, and now I guess I'll have to find her a home with my other dolls. I'll probably put her on my bed. But she was just a lot of fun, and like I said, you can probably find the pattern at Pattern Hutch. She's online, and I would say this was relatively a pretty easy pattern to make, and hopefully I'll be bringing other dolls I'm making in the future. So have the wonderful rest of your week. God bless and take care. Bye. I don't know. It's a company.
We'll cut that out.
Anyway, that's just funny, Denise. So, anyway.